The following image was taken at an old mining site, one located in an obscure part of the Antarctic. Or at least, it was assumed to be a mining facility. Given the fact that we now have witness testimonies, we can briefly go off these and piece together the full story. Before you read this, viewer discretion is advised, as these strange and mysterious claims have been shown to carry some amount of truth. In reading this, you are obligated to keep this under wraps for the time being. You are most likely one of our highly valued employees, or a snoop. Nevertheless, the story has not gotten out yet. This is only for your eyes, and no one else. Witness testimony number 1. It was a cold day, unlike any other. Our boss, barely giving us any information, would always tell us to continue with the job. Our job was to mine through the layers of ice beneath one specific part of the ice cap. We didn't know what we were looking for, and back then things were a lot more sweeter. Because what we then found was something that was more horrifying than words could describe. We dug into some kind of tunnel. It was left abandoned, and it looked ancient in design, as if the people that been here were probably ancient humans that long ago managed to find themselves stranded on the Antarctic, digging some kind of tunnel, which had probably long since been the victim of an avalanche. Even so, we continued on with the job, because it wasn't our job to question what the boss's orders were, just to do them. The next orders that he gave us were to essentially lock the place down and look for any dangerous spots that could, well, either be victim to the harsh weather or any other such conditions. Things started to get really weird when the military showed up. Small squadrons equipped in various winter-orientated military stuff. Not anything that we'd understand, just heavy-duty gear and, strangely, what looked to be heavy-duty weapons. It was theorized by some of my colleagues that whatever was going on down in that cave was somewhat important and somewhat dangerous to be secured by military personnel. We made stories that there was potentially some kind of dangerous alien monster down there. Not to be reaffirmed by the military, of course, because that would start a panic, which would inevitably happen anyway. The last night that we were on the operation, we hit something bigger. A few locked vaults made from old materials, weathered metal and the like. And sure enough, we were about to know that things were going to get worse. The locks on one of the vaults broke, unleashing a horde of what looked like zombies, human, but had been long since victim to the frost, and their bodies unable to properly decay. They rushed us. The only thing we heard next was the panicked screams of everyone rushing through the dark, mining helmets being thrown about, light shining in all different directions, and people screaming for their lives as the sound of bones and flesh being ripped apart from people rang out at blistering intervals. I got out with a handful of the others. All that was left was around 5 of us, 4 military and the boss. We were unable to talk about anything else. They're burning the bodies. But I don't think I'll ever forget the horrors that we uncovered today. The last testimony we have is that of our second subject. The witness, however, is reported to be in a very unstable mental condition. He seems to be repeating to himself a phrase in some kind of language that we don't understand. From what he told us before he went insane, he said that one of the military leaders let something slip during the outbreak. There was something further underneath the ice in another vault. Something was caged. Something that was meant to be left behind from a long bygone era in the past. The vault was allegedly containing some kind of beast, something that could turn the tides of any military and single-handedly topple any world power that aims to go against them. The following reports of the incident say that most, if not all, of the witnesses are now dead. In doing this, I have also finished my duty. I'm currently being scheduled for execution, and really I only have a few last words. The beast had escaped. We don't know where to, but it escaped its cage from containment, and now it is running rampant. So I say to you beyond the grave, what beast are you hiding? We'll all see very soon.